So President Obama has been in power for a year now. He was elected on the promise of change and on the slogan of "Yes, you can." And, well, a year on, a lot of people are dissatisfied. And as a neutral observer, somebody who doesn't live in the USA and isn't directly affected by the decisions made by the American president, I'm wondering what all the fuss is about, quite frankly. I'm wondering why so many people are complaining about Barack Obama, because this totally neutral observer can see where things have changed and can see where Obama is achieving quite a bit. For an American president who inherited, even though a lot of people in America don't want to hear it, inherited a lot of resentment around the world for the United States. And what he did was he went on a tour of the Middle East, which is where most of the terrorism originates, and where a lot of the ill feeling towards America was centered. And he has laid foundations for better relationships. He's undone a lot of the harm that was caused by his predecessor. And he's laid foundations for peace. I think that's where they were coming from when they gave him the Nobel Peace Prize, although I think that was a bit premature, and I have a feeling that President Obama was as much surprised about it as anybody else. But he's certainly done a good job in that area. But in America itself, people are saying, well, they don't want healthcare reform, and yet that was one of his election promises. He promised to reform healthcare, and he made it pretty clear how he'd reform healthcare, or how he wanted to. And now he's doing it. I don't know, didn't the people listen to what he was saying? Did they only hear the words change and yes you can? Didn't they go for the detail? He did say this is what he was going to do. They voted him in to do it, and now they're trying to stop him doing it. So that seems a bit weird to me. And on Afghanistan, he clearly promised over and over he would pull troops out of Iraq as much as he could, but he would increase the number of troops in Afghanistan. I heard him say that on a number of occasions. And he's done that, and now people are saying, how dare he do that? He promised he wouldn't do that. No, he promised he would do that. Go back and listen to his speeches. So people in America who voted for Obama and now have decided that things are not happening instantly with a click of the fingers, and they're not living in a paradise all of a sudden. They're living in cloud cuckoo land, truly. There is no logic in their attitude whatsoever. You know, they're complaining, and the people of Massachusetts are included in this. They're complaining that Obama is not changing things fast enough. And so they have now made it so that it's virtually impossible for him to change things at all. And there's no sense in that whatsoever. So this neutral observer is wondering what is going on in the minds of the average American who supported Obama, and only 1 year on, 1 year out of a term of 4 years, they're working against him. And they're not giving him the chance to do what he promised, to do what they say they wanted him to do. And I'm failing to understand the reasoning behind that, because surely they should get behind him and they should make it easier for him to make these changes that he promised and that they wanted. One of the problems with the slogan, yes you can, is it needs to be followed up with, if you want to. Do the Americans want to? Yes you can, if. There's no easy answer, there's no click of the fingers, there's no magic wand. No president has ever had the full backing of his own party, let alone the backing of the opposition. No president has the ability to just wave his hand and cause things to happen on his own by issuing decrees, because that's not the way that any democratic country works. And so people have to work with the president if they want the president to do the things that he promised that he would do, and they have to give him time. Now the figures are, and I've looked into these, that Barack Obama has he has fulfilled 75% of his election promises within the first year. That only leaves 25%. Oh yes, I can do maths. 25% of his promises left to be fulfilled within 3 years. If you can do 75 in one, he should be able to do the other 25 in three. But it needs the help of his supporters, not the hindrance of them. So decide, do you really want the change? Do you really want Obama to be what he promised to be? Or do you want to just turn the clock back, go back to default, which was basically where you were before Obama was elected, and just go back to all the resentment against the USA, to all the old foreign policies of the USA and the old chaos that was ensuing? Okay, that's the question from me, who's not an American. I'm asking you, what is it that you want? What is it that you want of the president? He doesn't have a magic wand. So do you want to help him to fulfill the promises, or do you just want to scrap the whole idea? Because it seems that that's the only choice that you have. Guantanamo Bay, one of the first things President Obama did was get a bit of paper and sign it that he wanted to close Guantanamo Bay. And since then, he's had opposition from the Republicans and opposition from some of his own Democrats. He can't do it alone. And people are saying, oh, he hasn't done this. Well, of course he hasn't done it, because he can't on his own. He needs the support of mostly the people. You can't just elect a man and say, okay, get on with it. You've got stuff to do as well. And that stuff is supporting the man that you elected to do the job that you elected him to do. And if you don't do that, then those things will not come to pass. And you are going to be left with what you wanted to change away from. So, to me, it just seems nonsensical that you're all going against Obama because it turns out he doesn't have the magic touch. No president has the magic touch. He needs your help. So now is the time. Are you going to help your president to achieve the kind of United States that you want, or are you going to just make things very, very difficult for him and end up with basically no change whatsoever? It's entirely up to you, people of America.